Hello and welcome back to the Crucible of Avarice. How's everyone doing?
Woo! Yeah, I'm good. I'm pumped.
Let's get
Doing
going!
pretty good, having to get up before 9 a.m., you know.
Oh,
Whoop.
There's always...
I'm ready for a smooth car ride.
and there's always one.
R.I.P. sleep.
You guys getting yelled at for being late. I'm here early every time.
Fair enough. No one is up early. Juice is up early. So, some real quick rundowns before we go in. I have a sore throat, so I apologise if my voice game is actually better today. Second, I will be taking drinks in between almost every sentence that I make. And third and finally, we come back to our lovely troop. So last session, everyone was separated. They had time to train, time to do their own thing, but we then came back as all of them got messages. They're under the belief that the tournament known as the Omega Championship Games were over, but then they all got a message, supposedly from Felix, to come and meet him at the hospital at a specific time and date. Upon doing so, they found out that it was actually an automatic message sent through the system via none other than Stilton Maximilian, the owner of the Omega Championship Games. It turns out that you are now in a worldwide Battle.net crazy tournament known as the Crucible of Avarice. You have also been informed of the weird ranking system, and you've also been told that anyone of the public is allowed to attack you, but if you attack any random member of the public, and even potentially get collateral involved, you will be attacked by the police. However, if you're attacking another contestant, you're okay, and they can't get involved. Or at least there's no law that they have to get involved. Anyway, so you got a call, Felix, from a certain someone, and you then informed the gang that there is a way that you can get a teleporter that is relatively portable into your vehicle and send all of your family members to a specific safe house of one of your quote-unquote friends. We now pick up inside of the car. Actually, no, we now pick up just as you guys are about to get in the car. Rakia, you're about to sit down when something spikes you in the leg. You immediately recoil as you see two bloodied knuckle dusters. Felix, you then see this, rush over and go to pick them up.
Sorry, I meant to get those washed.
I haven't had my tetanus shot.
On the bright side, it was enough to feel pain, but they did not penetrate the skin, so you're absolutely safe.
That's okay. I'll just hand them to you to take them. Okay, and now I am getting. This is the best part because there's no room for me in the car. I am getting in the boot.
Yes.
So I am. So I want to ask: is there the bit in Four Lions where where the guy pops his head out of the little armrest connecting the boot? Can I do that?
The little armrest that folds down into the trunk.
Yeah.
You know what? Yes. Yeah.
So there is a way with me communicating.
Because at the moment, I'll put them on screen as to everyone who is currently in the party inside of that car right now, if I can actually get it on the things. Hang on a second. So, we have Adrian, we have Cloak, obviously, we have the beloved Rakia and Felix. Felix, you are obviously driving.
Before we get driving, Adrian would probably say, do you want me to take them knuckle dusters? Because I could just deconstruct them, then reconstruct them later. So we're not just lugging them about.
I Felix will probably just wear them.
Preferably not while driving, but yep.
Well, they can be in Felix's lab.
Glove compartment or something. Just that's my knuckle duster compartment.
Yeah, It's fine.
And we also have Adrian's sister, Adriana, appearing as well, as she is also part of this. So, as we're going through this, you're all sat down and obviously you're taking a nice drive.
Obeying all the traffic laws and all that, you know.
Whilst this is going on, does anyone wish to say or do anything throughout this one? I will say there is an awkward silence as Cloak, you're currently staring out of the window, watching it buzz by. You've never seen anything move this fast for this duration of time.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Is the window rolled down?
Sticks hand out window.
It is not already rolled down, and roll me a tech knowledge.
Oh yeah.
You would have to activate the child locks.
I feel like you'd have to deactivate them to try and get them off. So, in other words,
Oh yeah.
what did you get?
Natural 1.
This is a good start. Okay, natural 1.
Oh no.
You're looking outside of the window, and roll me a willpower,
I swear, if you punch my window,
but with disadvantage.
if I have, don't make me turn this thing around.
Can we get another natural 1? Let's go.
This would be
To do it.
perfect. If you got
Oh no.
Okay, that's a 16.
There's a 6.
You're slightly freaking out because this is a condensed can with every single person that you know, fair enough. But you're in a condensed can, and you don't know how the window's open. You don't know how this machine
Just
is
begin
moving.
patting like my hands on the window like a mime. Just trying to feel how tough they are.
I will say
Where's
this: you can
force
roll.
field?
You can roll an insight, I guess.
Not a natural one. Not again.
Please. God.
Okay, 12.
It's glass. You know what glass is, but because you've seen it in your own home country. But
Yes, glass is glass. It's not too,
this glass is only single pane and it's not very durable. You could push your hand through this with a relative amount of strength, but you'd probably hurt your hand.
Perhaps these have some kind of flap where you push the window out and it raises above the door.
At this point, it would feel like be aware of what's going on back there.
No. You're currently driving, so sadly not. Because I want to point this out. Anything further from you doing the story relative driving, I would have to ask you to roll me a driving proficiency. You don't have, which would mean that you'd have to roll disadvantage. So you aren't concentrating on the road, sir. Who's in front? I think Fletcher is in front, actually, now that I think about it. Because, yeah, so you can't see this, because it goes Felix, Fletcher, and then in the back, there's 3 rows, there's 3 seats. Adrian, you're sitting in the middle between Adriana and Cloak, mostly so that then Adriana gets the window seat. Also,
Can I see this? Can I?
Can
I see Cloak panting and being
roll me a-
afraid by the window?
Roll me a perception with advantage. Oh, let's have a look.
Say with my.
I apologize for my big gulps.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you see
Advantage.
this. You definitely see this.
Okay, first things first. Can I attempt to roll a tech knowledge?
Yes, roll a tech.
Remarkably, Adrian the technophobe knows how to use a car
Look,
window.
you've been enough cars. You've seen AJ or TJ. I can't even remember his name now. I should have probably.
Yeah,
AJ.
your agent.
AJ.
Yeah.
You've seen
AJ the
him
agent.
press the buttons And this actually does have the electronic buttons on it, so you can actually see that like all he needs to do is press a button and the window will roll down.
I attempt to stealthily press the button, so I'm not. So Cloak isn't. More or less, so Cloak doesn't feel self-conscious about it.
Roll stealth and then Cloak. Roll me perception.
I mean, if it's in the back, then the child locks are definitely on. But
I kind of hope that you do win this one.
I'm gonna see it.
You see,
Adrian just leans over you.
Adrian leans over and attempts to put their hand over you. You don't really know why they're doing this. Do you do anything to attempt to stop this?
I'm just gonna put my fairly delicately, almost as if I don't know. It's more like when you're trying not to wake up someone who's asleep. Just like barely acknowledging him. Slowly put my hand on his wrist and just move it out of the way. Without any real force, just trying to push it out of the way.
Adrian, your hand is slightly pushed out of the way as you notice that it's with the most amount of force that you could possibly say, I politely decline whatever you're about to do, thank you very much. I hope there's no trouble there. You feel this all within a single muscle movement of your. Sorry, say again.
Not want the window down.
Window.
The glass.
You know what a window is, by the way, Clay.
I know what a
you were
window
stretching
is.
your calves in one, just like a couple minutes ago.
Just sort of looking at him and looking at the windows. Like, do you think I need your help pushing this window out?
Who pushed the window out?
I'm pushing the window out.
There's a button. There's a button there. If you press it, the window will go
I
down.
am perfectly capable of pushing this window out.
Don't push the window out.
Okay, at this point, Felix, you do hear this conversation.
Felix surreptitiously presses the button in the
Yeah,
front
Phil's
seat.
just gonna press the front seat button that takes the
the window suddenly starts going down.
If by magic.
Rakia, a huge gust of wind just starts hitting into the back. Roll me an endurance check.
Really? Oh, whoa. Dude, oh, come on. Come on.
You're not going to severe sufferly even if you get an natural one.
Oh, come on.
The amount of wind that hits you, it is very chilly. It's not a cold day, but for some reason all this air hitting you, very chilly.
I'm poking my head, I would just poke my head. I was like, it's a little chilly. Could you calm them down, please?
Yeah, Felix will lift it so it's just cracked. It's like it's barely. It is open, but it's barely open.
Thank you. I hate the cold. So, can I break this awkward silence? I'm just gonna after a pause and just Rakia's gonna pipe up and say, "So, what have you been all up to? We should catch up."
Just real quick, I've just been messaged by Bill. Yeah, roll for that ability. What's the roll requirement?
No, it's only 10.
Oh shoot! It's only 10. Right, I'm never going to ask you this.
Oh, what
again.
have you done? What have you
No,
done?
no.
Thank God!
Don't worry, guys. My
Oh, dear Lord.
10 plus ability doesn't activate. It's fine.
Not gonna lie, I feel like whoever that was intended for, you are probably going to wish that was active if you knew what it did. But no one knows what this did. This is so unobvious that all you see is just nothing happens whatsoever. But Cloak, you do feel this thing of like, you it's almost like you're about to do it. You do your thing. You move, and then only after you're no longer within the parameters of your ability do you suddenly go, "Oh, I could have done that. Right, I'll go for it." It's not working because you're no longer within. Pardon me. You're no longer within the parameters of your ability. For those of you who are watching at home, I'm sorry, but I don't want to give spoilers away as exactly what this ability does, and I don't want metagaming. Anyway, yeah, so Rakia says that. Continue.
This is in commercials for the Iron Forge.
Oh, that's still going, is it? Still got sponsorship?
Believe so. Actually, I guess Adrian will think about that. Are they actually still sponsored? Or are they just...
You're still sponsored by the Iron Forge because you just recently did adverts for them. You're just not a sponsored tournament contestant for them anymore. You do adverts for them, but that's about it.
So I should get in contact with them about that, actually.
Since the tournament is on.
Tournament.
Yeah, exactly. With free weapons. See, this is great.
Adrian will pull out her mobile telephone and look at it.
Roll me tech knowledge with advantage. Because you at least
Please
know...
disadvantage.
No, I'm going to give you advantage only because you know how to call AJ.
Oh yeah, advantage. There we go. You know how to call AJ. Hey, slightly better. 16.
So you can either
I want
text...
Adrian to look at it.
You can either text or call AJ. It's up to you.
Adrian will text AJ, spending about 5 minutes trying to pressing the... As well as flip phones, because it's the easiest thing she could get.
All I'm going to say is... well done, Juice. Anyway, yeah, continue.
Kind of granny tap it.
Fair enough. Adriana then procs up. B, I wanted to actually ask you about this. Since you're now here, and we're going off to steal this device, what do we do?
June just kind of freezes in her pen poking. Kind of... Just kind of sits there looking at it for a bit. Uncertain. For turning. Don't quite know yet, but we'll figure out a plan. Unless...
Sure. Yeah. Well, if you need anything, I've got my my laptop, so I can look up some things if you need them to. As she says that, you sort of break, Felix, as you're now just outside the building. The warehouse is no further than about 30 meters away from where you currently are. You see a company car park, and you're basically parked outside of the closest road to the factory. Well, to the warehouse. You've seen a truck go in just as you're sort of behind it. It goes in, it gets signed off, and then the gates open, it goes in, closes the gates, and nothing can get back in. It is fenced off through sort of chicken wiry gating, so you can see through it, but it is a rather large sort of warehouse building. It's signed off as Generico and Co.
Well, here we are.
Whilst you're doing that, I do need to quickly do something, so I'm going to mute myself. You have a chat amongst yourselves.
Right.
And he's gone. Buzzkill.
So we're just walking in and buying this thing, or...
I mean,
No, we're taking it. We're doing a heist.
Oh, okay, so... What, this guy gave you a call and we're just going to pick it up?
Yeah, that's what a heist is.
I mean, I do have nearly 2,000 stars. Perhaps I could pay for it.
I don't think.
You have
given the
wait, you have
situation-
2,000 stars?
Yes.
I
Wow.
mean, he
Really?
is still sponsored, so I'm assuming he's getting a little bit of payment for all the money they
Oh.
make from his image, or their image.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So, I don't think we really have to break it. In the traditional sense.
We could
As-
always stealth. Hmm?
Well, who needs stealth when you can go completely invisible and intelligent?
That is true.
We just
All I need is someone to be able to pick up the machine itself.
I can do that.
Well then, honestly, I would say it just needs to be us two. Be in, out, with the machine, and done. None the wiser.
We could be out here waiting just in case something bad happened.
You know, if something goes horribly wrong, then we could like drop in and be the heroes and like and like, you know, to get you back.
Mind sharing your phone number with me, just so if something goes wrong, I can call you.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're the only one on the phone.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah, the
only
only
I
one
forgot.
on the phone.
I forgot I'm the only one with a mobile telephone. Adrian will tell you their number.
Cool. Felix will
Probably
put it in
after
your
2
contacts.
minutes of looking through the contacts to figure out what their number is again.
Yeah.
Fletcher turns to Eraser. Eraser, you have enough. Do you still use guns?
I have guns.
Do you have ammo for them?
Yes.
Are they good against power users?
I don't know, I've never really used them.
Because while we were while I was with Rakia in her homeland, we were, as you know, we were attacked. I noticed some of the ammunition is tipped in the pink gemstones. I was wondering if you wanted some.
Roll me a world knowledge.
Welcome back, Joe.
Who's that for?
Fletcher, and I guess well, okay, roll world knowledge first for Fletcher, and then we'll get to Cloak depending on how well you do, because to be fair, theoretically you should know what anime
Yeah.
is, but yeah.
Then I've got 2 chunks of it in my bag.
You now know that it's Animite thanks to Adriana, but you might forget, so I might ask you to roll a history. 13. You call it pink gemstone. Roll me world knowledge. All of you who hear this,
Roll on.
except from Adrian, who rolls a history.
Wait, that's a pure +1.
Boom.
Yo, get Cloak! Get Cloak!
Not a clue.
Oh, no,
I laughed at the 20 and then I immediately
Cool.
kicked up a.
Here we go.
It's a pink gemstone!
Oh god, oh my god, I love you guys so much. Right, okay.
Sorry, this is my first roll of the day. We're starting off good.
Starting off good. 2 different
First roll
naturals.
with a natural one.
A natural 20 and a natural 1. So guys, here's how it goes. You say pink gemstone because that you can't remember the name of it. It's not that you don't know what it does. You can't remember the name of it. You go, oh, it's infused with this strange pink gemstone or something. And you immediately go, Animite. Like, you hear pink gemstone, and before Felix even gets to it, you just go, Animite. That's what you mean. Animite, right?
Shit, yeah, thanks.
You forget, Adrian. You're like, what is Animite? I mean, that kind of sounds like pink opal, but what is Animite? And Raki is like, oh, so that's what that does to me. That felt awful. And Felix, you're not even paying attention. You're just looking at this place like, okay, so where do we go? I mean, guys, I'm kind of thinking that we go for, like, maybe just... Oh, wait, hang on. The conversation's not... Is it... Oh, the conversation's over? Oh, okay. So you've just come back. You can't even think of any great plan. They're talking about pink gemstones now for some reason. You've never heard of this. But yeah, so Raki, you know what Animite is, and in fact, you've now connected why those bullets did so much damage to you, and now you're figuring out, okay, so those hurt me. Right, gotcha. Cloak, you know what Animite is. You've always known what Animite is. As a matter of fact, you're actually quite surprised that no one else in the car knows what Animite is. However, Adriana goes, B, I literally told you this, like... Well, to be fair, I did only tell you 7 days ago. Either way, it's a special type of gem. Apparently, according to history buffs, it's where we gain our powers from. It's why it hurts us so much.
Yeah, it really hurts me. I have an
Uh,
allergic reaction.
According
It's the
to
worst.
according to the sigils of our clan, that's not surprising. Apparently, it also hurts us. I've completely forgotten that her accent is supposed to be more British, isn't it? Well,
Because they're nice. They're all British.
yes, it's supposed to hurt us just twice as much.
Perfectly English.
It's perfectly English, waspy, if you will. Apparently, it hurts us twice as much, but according to our ancient scriptures of our clan, and also according to history books, there are your kind as well. Those of Hosconia also get harmed thrice as much.
But I'm from Glendrine. That can't be right.
She sort of like looks at you with like the most confused look and just goes, of course. Roll me an insight check. Just get a 10 or above.
Is it?
Anything below doesn't matter. Anything above, we'll talk about.
It's 8 plus 8.
No, perfect.
Yay!
Oh.
Okay, I got an insight.
You can tell that she looks at you for a second, like, what the actual? She's born there and she doesn't know. Okay, and she just goes along with it. So you can tell that she's going along with it. You don't know what she's going along with, but you can tell that it's not necessarily her most earnest and honest recovery to this conversation. Yes, of course. That's where you're from. Yes, no, some of your particular complexion would often have these adverse effects because it is an allergic reaction. You can see right through that this is not necessarily true. She's trying to be relatively quite polite, but she can tell that there's something about you that you don't know, or at the very least she's trying to hide something from you, but not maliciously. She's not doing it with evil intent. So at the very least, she's trying to be very polite and very nice.
Yeah. Rakia's just sort of... Rakia, definitely has the look on the face of, like, I know you're just trying to be polite, but goes along with it still. It's like, yeah, that's probably right.
Also just realised that technically that was a basic ass deceit, and you have super wisdom. You should have rolled an advantage. I'm very sorry about that.
Oh, damn. Well, it doesn't matter anyway, so...
But, yeah, no, it doesn't now, but any time that you do that, ask if it's super charisma or not.
Okay, I get you, yeah.
Okay, right, so... A plan has not necessarily fully been concocted, I want all of you to roll me an ingenuity, unless before you start typing, or a creativity or ingenuity, unless if any of you guys would like to roll charisma for your own plans.
And we already decided on a plan.
Oh,
we're
okay.
gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm also, but I will roll ingenuity though because I've
Okay.
got quite a lot in ingenuity.
Would someone like to tell me the gist of your plan without Rakia then? So that then at the very least, we have what the original plan is and then potentially what the dice roll grants.
Hello, I am Fletcher. I have the powers of intangibility.
You do.
I also have a secret ability that allows me to also be invisible.
You do indeed.
And through many hardships and training, I have made it to the ability of selective tangibility. Oh wait, no, that's the other one. Reality's gift.
Fair enough. Go
That's
ahead.
not which one I chose. So, all I need is someone who can pick up a very heavy device. Oh look!
Just raise his
Felix.
hand.
Nice timing.
So, by both going intangible and invisible while holding on to Felix, he also is granted intangibility and invisibility. Meaning he can grab onto the object, thus the object also becoming intangible and invisible, and we just walk out.
Well, I'm convinced.
Well, with your ingenuity check,
Yep, there we go.
Is that
Let's see what we do with this
is
ingenuity.
that creativity or ingenuity? Sorry.
Oh, that's ingenuity, and it's a 13.
So the 23, was that ingenuity or was that creativity?
That was finding out whether Adriana was lying.
Gotcha.
So-
Sorry, I didn't see anything. I looked away, looked back, and I was like, oh wow, damn, you got a 23. All right, well the 13. To be honest, I'm gonna give this to you. Even with a higher roll, this is actually a pretty damn decent check. However, I will at least give you this. You go. Can you walk while intangible? That's the only question that you actually ask Fletcher.
Yeah.
Technically no, but phase swimming.
There we go. Because you can choose how
Okay.
much of you is submerged within a material, and thanks to... It's not reality's gift, it's
Yes,
interdimensional...
it is reality's gift. Oh
Is
yeah,
it-
interdimensional intangibility.
Yeah, which allows you to be immune to the deafness, the blindness, and the non-ability of breathing. You can see whilst you're intangible, meaning that you can use both phase swimming, that ability, and reality's gift, so that all of you can just basically have it that you two only have your feet within phase swimming and just basically through the entire... I don't know what that is, but basically you can pass through. What is your move speed, by the way?
Mine is 26, plus the 2 buffs I have, which increase phase swimming's movement. Which
By an
is,
extra
I think,
2 meters
4.
per, so that's 4, is it?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
4 on top of that is 26?
Roughly, yes.
Yeah, okay.
26, 30, depending.
Sorry, what? Sorry, what do you have in move speed again? Sorry.
20. It is. Yeah, it's 2. So yeah, 28. You got it right.
Yeah. So 26. Yeah. So, technically, per every action is 10. Every non-thingy action is 10 seconds. So within a non-combative situation, I'd allow you to have 3 times that movement per minute. So that's 66 meters per minute.
How big is this warehouse?
Huh?
How big is the warehouse, actually, I should ask?
The distance from you between the warehouse is 30 meters, so within a single 10 to 30 seconds, you can get there up to the warehouse. and then you can get halfway through the warehouse with the rest of your 33, because you have 66 in total, and it's 30 meters away. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you need to find and locate this thing, which shouldn't be too difficult because you can still, both you and whoever's touching you can still see, thanks to both your level 9 and level 10 ability of Reality's Gift. Because they stack. So,
Yep. New occupation and realities go.
new occupation,
And then we're invisible.
that's it, yeah. And then, and thanks to your interdimensional invisibility, you're able to be completely invisible. Damn, okay,
It's a pretty good plan.
Yeah, I've got no complaints about this
I have
plan.
to be honest,
Not at
guys.
all.
Like, I did literally speak to Kane about this 2 hours ago, and I said, like, yeah, if he does this, then technically he's done it. All right, yeah.
Now, did 10 send like the exact coordinates of it, or
He said that he would send them to you as a text. He has already sent them to you as a text. The only problem is that you obviously need to get that teleporter to a location where you, or specifically Lily and the others, can pass through all at once. So, more than realistically, the hospital, because you can just
right?
call your in-laws and tell them to meet you at the hospital with the kids.
Looks like this one's in the bag.
Now,
Pretty
I will
much.
say, the thing's probably not going to fit in the car. So I will.
Everyone roll me a wisdom check.
Oh, I can do that. I can do that.
Make sure
Including
to
me.
get out of the in-game chat. So
I
don't
was going
roll
to
there
say if
again.
any of you have spatial awareness, but none of you have spatial awareness.
Yeah.
So
Could I roll a power knowledge?
why power knowledge?
I want to know if I could. If it is an item, could I deconstruct it and then just reconstruct it later, no matter what size it is?
It's a bit of a complicated item.
Yeah.
Roll me
That's
roll me power knowledge anyway, because that's perfectly within the intuition of your character. 20.
Is your power knowledge?
Shit. No. Yeah, power knowledge.
I was going to say that's not
wrong
your
thing.
power
Sorry.
knowledge. I was like, holy cow, 20.
Bad.
No.
Sorry.
No, so
Real
no.
best pains, Ben.
So
Yeah,
okay,
I would
I
roll.
have. I've got a 22 though. On my wisdom.
Okay, so I'll get this. Did anyone get 20 or above? Who got 20 or above?
Well, did you want me to roll wisdom as well?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Did anyone get 20 or above?
I did. I did.
Okay,
yeah.
Rakia. Did anyone get 15 or above?
Nope.
Did anyone get 10 or above?
I got 10.
I did.
And then did all of the rest of you losers get nothing?
I got 4.
Well, now that only one of you got it, I feel bad for calling you losers. I'm
Connor,
kidding.
you loser.
I never feel mercy. Right, so 20 or aboves. Rakia, this fills you with great grief to think this and realise this and understand this. The device in on itself, you have no idea of its size, but if it's big enough to be able to fit multiple people in it, it might mean that it would have to fit in the back, from the boot to the back, meaning that it's not possible to get anyone else within the car. From
See,
15 or above, did anyone else get 15 or above? 10 or above, you're like, this might be a bit too big for a vehicle. And anyone else is like, I don't know, I think this will work. But Rakia, you
This sounds
started
like a good idea.
you started thinking like, this could be big enough, but only to fit in the car if this is relatively sized. At best, you could get maybe the passenger and the driver, meaning that the party would have to separate and meet Felix and the other selected, chosen lucky few to meet them back at the hospital.
If
Say,
if needed, I could probably carry it, no problem. I could just carry it back to the hospital.
However, your move speed is not great, and if you were in a situation like that,
My move speed is +8. What do you mean? It's not
30
pretty
meters.
good.
30 meters is great, but that's still less than Usain Bolt. I want to point out.
I just I'm gonna put like my bony hand on Felix's shoulder. It's like, I'll be okay. I could run and take care of myself. You need to get it in the car and make sure that it's safe.
I just want to point out that's just such a very weird specific metric that I've come up with there. You're slower than a Usain Bolt. Sorry. Anyway, who are you saying that to again? Sorry, Rakia.
I'm saying that to Felix, yeah.
I want to point out, as you do this, you lean over 3 rows of people. So you lean over in between both Adriana and Adrian, splitting them apart as you just sort of reach on over. Your arm goes across and pats Felix on his big daddy shoulders.
Why do you guys I can't call him that? I know
Daddy
he is,
Felix.
but
Yeah. Put some in your stockpile because it is sort of like, not meaning to. Like, Raki is trying really hard to be comforting, but it's hard to be comforting when you're a sleep paralysis monster.
Roll me.
Roll nerve.
I'm going to say roll charisma, Rakia. If you get under 10, he'll have to roll nerve.
Oh boy! That's a -3. Oh, actually, just -3. Why not? No, I got a 10. Exactly.
You got a 10 exactly. You're fine. This hand is, although creepy in a lot of ways, it is familiar to you. This is the hand of a friend. You look at it and you go, I've never seen such an interesting set of digits before attached to a limb, but these are Rakia's. And Rakia is at least kind to me. As Rakia says,
See, I will get out. I will get out of the car. I can take care of myself. The important thing is getting it transported quickly and safely, and it's better in the car. You don't have to carry it.
fair enough. Well, shall we enact our plan then?
Can
Let's
I
do
roll an ingenuity?
yeah, absolutely. Whilst you're rolling an ingenuity, Adriana, or Z, as she's known as, turns to look at both Rakia and the rest of them and goes, I would just like to say something. If we are moving, it's possibly best that perhaps maybe the lot of us should get moving now. Otherwise, we might be in a bit of an obvious position, and if they do steal it, we're gonna kind of be target number 1.
Exactly. We'll disappear, and if something does go wrong, well, we can act as distractions at least.
But that's the thing I'm saying is, if we leave now, at the very least, there would be the 4 of us that at least walk out. Well, Z, B, what do you think?
You could see B is slightly debating between. Yeah, she wants to always agree with her sister. She also doesn't want to just leave her friends high and dry.
I guess you could flip a coin, or you could roll a willpower.
Roll willpower.
If you get higher,
And minus.
friends. If you get lower, then it's sister. I'm going to say 10.
Whatever you say, Adriana.
Very well.
I got a 2.
We should probably get going then. What about yourself, Cloak and Rakia? Are you also heading off now, whilst these two attempt to clear out?
Where are we heading to, really?
Well, we could explore the city for a bit. You and me, Cloak?
Or perhaps, we could just get back to the hospital, perhaps,
What? I thought that you were attacked there.
We weren't
Yes,
attacked
but we have
there. I mean, Felix was attacked there, but surely he
Well, someone was attacked there by the time I got there.
Well,
I completely forgot about that.
That issue.
Cloak
was
just
simple.
came in like, it looks like something happened there.
Yeah, to be fair.
I mean,
Look,
you did come through the window, so you did have the great view of it.
The full eagle eye view. Adriana just goes, well, I mean, if we are able to, at the very least, help out defending Mrs. Fatigue, it would possibly be the best. After all, Felix, isn't that what you'd want? Us helping your wife whilst you're doing these tasks.
That would be best, yes.
Then in that case, my sister and I will definitely do so. Rakia, Cloak, if you wish to go your separate ways, you can, but since my sister and I can fly, it makes the most sense that we head off that way. What do you think, B?
I think it's a good idea. Though, you see Adrian, stop for a bit. They kind of drink. So there, maybe flying might be a bit obvious.
Perhaps.
Okay.
That's true, actually. Perhaps we'll just walk, then. After all, we can talk and chat, like as if we're normal civilians. Roll me an insight, all three of you who are in the back.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Since this
Very
is a basic insight, that she's not rolling deceit or anything, she's talking, it's just ordinary rolls. You don't have to worry about advantage, but if you've got anything to help you, you can definitely roll for those.
Good old 18.
Me too, I got an 18.
Bands are covered, and
Didn't you got a 13?
Yeah,
You got a 13. Oh, damn, you got a 13.
Oh, a 30, sorry. Oh, damn, yeah, you got an 18, I got a 13, my bad.
I know my sister too well by now.
I want to point out that, when she goes, yes, it'll be like the good old, yeah, we're civilians, you can kind of see a little, or at least sense, if you can't see her, because I still don't know if Rakia's backed up back into the boot yet, because I still don't know if Rakia's like, hey guys, I'm all with the gang, like a Stretch Armstrong in the middle of the whole car, but at the very least you can at least sense that she's sort of realizing that she's no longer a civilian in this situation. Yeah, sure, she's not a contestant, but she's not exactly free from the situation. The rest of you can at the very least sense that she's kind of glad, but it's kind of like a consolation prize. So at the very least, you're sort of thinking, maybe we should stick together and leave. Like Cloak and Raki are sort of thinking maybe she's sort of pointing out the fact that maybe we should stick together because of that. Whereas Adrian, you can actually sense maybe we should stick together, you and I, because this is possibly the last time we'll ever get to talk alone as civilians, because we're not even civilians anymore. I'm around all of you and your friends, and I don't want to leave you, but I've not got anyone else. The mercenaries guild is going to be after me, and yeah, this whole thing is just a messed up situation. So you sense that, Adrian, but the other two only sense, at the very least, perhaps I wouldn't like to be alone. I would very much like the rest of us are together. With that, Cloak and Rakia, you sort of sense that feeling of, perhaps we should be together then, or at the very least, she perhaps doesn't want to be alone, and Adrian, you're sensing instead, perhaps she doesn't want to be with anyone else but you because of the situation she's now been thrust upon.
Aww. So, I kind of have my... Rakia has her own reasons for want to be, like, you know, a bit alone with Cloak, so it was sort of like, you know, we can hang back a little bit in case something goes wrong. You two can go ahead.
Okay.
Once this is sort of done, everyone gets out of the car, except from Felix and Fletcher. As the rest of you get out of the car, you sort of leave roughly together at first. Then, if you wish, you can split off. Rakia and Cloak, do you split off from Adrian and Adriana, or do you stick together?
I'll split off with Cloak, I think.
Cloak, do you split off with them, or do you go with them?
Yeah, I guess I'll split off, but head in the same kind of general direction.
Fair enough. So as you sort of roughly, you two split up, so you sort of slow down or speed up. Actually, who's got the higher move speed? I'm going to say Cloak and Adrian. What's your move speed?
Mine is +4, 23.
23?
Mine's higher than that.
What's yours?
I think mine's 28, 27.
Damn. You speed up, like you power walk it, like the ninja you are, as you pass on, not pass on through the afterlife, as you pass them by.
I don't know, that would be pretty cool.
I have ascended. As you pass on by, and you eventually go down another alleyway, as the two twins continue through the main streets. Yep.
Does there come a point wherever it clearly becomes it's just the two of us?
You see those two. I want to point out, the guy clad in cloaks and wearing a big-ass backpack and a massive 3 meter tall, I want to point out, as 10 feet tall woman. Ghoulish features with a huge, beautiful white dress coated as best it can in no longer caked blood. Walks off down an alleyway. This couple walks down an alleyway, and at that point you two both see this as at least a minute has passed once you pass the alleyway that they've gone past. I've said pass a lot of times. But once that's passed, yes. So in other words, yes, it's very visually obvious that they are no longer within earshot of you. Or at the very least, it is visually obvious to you that they are no longer within your earshot. Go on.
I think Adrian will give Adriana a hug, then apologize for all of this.
How do you say that?
Sorry, sister. Didn't think joining this event would do all this.
What do you mean?
Never wanted you to be in danger of anything.
She pushes you away. Sister, you are the only thing that I know. You are the only thing that I've ever had to care for or love for the last 2.5 years, and you think that you have to say sorry? I know what you did for us. I know what you did for me. You did this for the Hive. You even think for a second that I would ever think that this was your fault? No. This is not your fault. This is our burden to bear. I would never forsake you, and I would never think that what you did was wrong. Are we understood, B? I said, are we understood? She's got tears welling up within her eyes when she says this.
You can kind of tell Adrian wants to disagree entirely because she wants to be the one to bear all the burden.
Roll. I was going to say roll willpower.
But she's still going to go in and just hug.
Okay.
Hug it out.
As you hug, roll willpower. I'm going to say you need to get a 15 or above, or you can roll disadvantage.
Well,
Gonna be...
my willpower isn't good.
I was going to say, you could roll disadvantage and attempt to get a 10, but that is a 2.
I love you.
You break down as well. You cry, and she collapses around you. You hug her from atop, as you hug her around her shoulders and attempt to comfort her as you break down as well. She can feel your tears running down her shoulder as she just goes, You never have to be sorry for me. I am supposed to lead. I am supposed to lead, and yet you feel sorry for what you have given to me. You have done nothing but give, and I have done nothing but take. I know that's how Mother wanted it. But this is not right. You are my sister, and I will protect everything that is for the clan. And you are part of that clan. There is nothing but us. We are going to go to that hospital and defend Mr. Felix's wife. And we're going to do so because he is your friend, he is cared. Because that is what the Crawfords do, we care. Are we understood, my paladin?
Yes, my queen.
Then in that case, there is nothing else to say. She weeps then. She begins to weep. As we now come to the two in the car, Felix and Fatigue. Felix and Fletcher. Sorry, I just used both your first and second name. Felix and you know what? It's the emotion welling up. Felix and Fletcher. You know what, Mr. Fatigue and Mr. Motatame. You're sat in the car. You're looking at this place, sort of edging it out, edging your bets, scoping it out from the best that you can from the current position you have. How would you like to go about executing your plan?
Should I try and bulk up first?
That'd probably be for the best, since we will probably want to get away as quickly as possible.
When I bulk up, be a good distance away from me. Just in case. We don't want what happened to happen again.
I will actually just start preparing as I go for my powers.
Roll for it. Are you going to roll for immediate interdimensional intangibility, or are you going to go for something else?
I'm going for full intangibility first.
Fair enough.
I think Felix will get out of the car before transform because, you know.
Fair enough. Well, either way, you've come to the decision of he'll make you intangible before you start.
Yeah.
Okay. You're intangible. Okay. So how would you like to go from this?
I'm just next to the car swimming. Like halfway through it. Like I'm ready to go once you are.
Do you want him to transform first or after?
First. Since I'm technically now intangible, so even if he punches me, it does nothing.
Roll for transformation. As I said before, you are practically full from your last lot of stuff that you've had to do.
Yep.
You transform, roll willpower.
Yeah, it's just a hit. It's a flat.
Okay.
That's... Is it 10 or above or 15 or above?
I I'm trying to remember
I
myself.
think it's 10. I'm going to go with 10 because I'm pretty sure it's 10. You're absolutely fine. You don't see him lunging for anything, so he's absolutely good. Do you go to grab him?
Yep. As I activate dimensional invisibility.
Is there a roll requirement, or is it just 10 or above?
It's just grab.
Fair enough. Okay, roll for, I guess... you know what? No, I'll say that you're allowed to choose when you touch him if he is tangible with you or not. You don't have to roll.
Okay.
As we now
Nice.
come back to Felix and Cloak. And as that's
Oh no,
happening...
not
Oh,
Felix
yes,
and Cloak. That's
Sorry,
Rakia.
Rakia and
I'm all of
Cloak.
a sudden here as well.
It's
Rakia and
omnipresent.
Cloak.
Felix has cloning.
You've walked away for about...
Felix has.
You've walked away for about 5 minutes by now, so you're sort of away from them. I'm going to give you some time to talk as I head off real quick again, just to sort something out.
It's a nice night out today.
What?
Nice day. Weather. Good.
It's okay.
So, what have you been up to in while we were on a break?
Pretty much just training in the woods.
Oh, yeah, me and Fletcher were training in the woods. Well, Fletcher didn't really have anywhere to go. Neither did I, really. So, we just went back to where I grew up, and we were hitting trees and, expanding our powers, and I've developed a new style. I'm calling it Ghoul style. It's like it utilizes my body type, and it's gonna be like it's gonna be really good and powerful, and I could be famous. So I could showcase it.
Oh. Is fame something that matters to you?
Yeah, it is. So if I could teach you stuff, if you want to learn about things that I've really expanded my martial arts as well.
Well, there wouldn't be any harm in it, but right now we're kind of walking.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just making conversation. So, how are you feeling about the tournament? Being back on?
Particularly displeased that it's going on.
Why displeased? Didn't you want to win?
Well, I said I'm not particularly displeased, but it is annoying about how it's happening.
Well, I suppose it is a bit inconvenient. I was very upset. And, I made, all kinds of plans, and then I had to make other plans, and now I have to make even new plans now, which I am excited about, but, it's very confusing.
Well, mainly that we have to somehow build up nearly 1 billion points.
Oh, that shouldn't be too hard. We'll just take on some loads of people with billions of points.
You remember the behemoth guy?
Yeah? Well, yes.
He
that
had
didn't-
under 100,000 points, and he was the person with the most points that we knew of in the entire competition.
Well, there's also people have had a bit of a head start. So we'll just have to take on more opponents.
Well, my point is that by the time we get anywhere near 1 billion points, I'll have probably achieved everything I already needed to do.
Oh. So, you don't want to win?
No, I was just hoping that we could win sooner.
Well, I mean, that's good news for me, because I want to win, and, well, you're my friend, and I don't want to, hurt you or anything, so That's kind of a load off my mind.
Roll insight, Cloak. With this, 17. With the 17, you notice that's actually a genuine possibility that Rakia thought of. That she would actually have to physically assault her quote-unquote friends. Now, as a reminder, you already remember that Stilton, or at least Stilton's hologram, stated that once you got into the gold bands, which is 10 million plus, you would be no longer within the team system, meaning that you could fight each other. That's already kind of a little concerning, considering Rakia said that. Not necessarily something that is massively big right now, but you at least keep that in your mind.
You know, I guess Cloak will offhandedly try to poke Rakia.
Poke?
Yes,
physically
just
poke?
poke you in the arm in order to see something. But
Is this
I guess I will. Yes, the MC.
okay? This is to help. Yep.
Yeah, that's okay.
You just see it just poke you like a sort of prodding, sort of see if you're physically there. You sort of just feel him poke you in your arm.
Hey!
It
Do you
doesn't
feel
seem.
anything.
Do you feel anything?
But do I feel... I feel... Yeah, I do feel like... Can I...
Roll
I'm gonna
perception.
Yes, I will. I will roll perception. I got a 20.
There's a certain feeling around your entire body that feels lighter, stronger, like a warmth. Makes you feel good. Makes you feel almost invincible, as a matter of fact. To be honest, perhaps this is what friendship is.
Oh.
You feel like the poke was just him going like, you. That's the first time that he's ever opened up, to be honest. And quite frankly, you feel you feel his essence of he's not a person of personality, but instead he's a person that just sort of as you feel a great deal of warmth within inside yourself, thanks to him.
Oh, that's... Yeah, Rakia is smiling and just being like, just nice. It's like, thinking, oh, I'm finally getting him to open up a bit with friends.
I was going to say, with a 15 or above, you would have felt acceptance, but now you feel great acceptance of Cloak.
Yeah. I have gained Cloak acceptance.
Great Cloak
I'm very
acceptance,
happy
or at
with
least
that.
Cloak's
Almost like your
great acceptance.
Cloak's acceptance.
Ooh!
That's a very weird way of putting that, but yeah. Either way, you just feel better for the fact that he's actually accepted you.
I like that a lot. I'm very happy with that. Well, yeah, that's very nice.
Fair enough. As we now come back to the gang. So, you have now passed through the floor. You have now grabbed Felix, who is now bulked up. Felix, I hate to say this, man. I don't know how to tell you this, Juice, but you've got 30 minutes Alright? I hope you make them count.
So they got
You got
yeah,
half
you
an
got
hour.
you got muted.
But Felix, Fletcher.
Okay.
Actually,
Felix.
is Juice and Connor ready? Actually, I should probably ask that first.
I'm right here.
I just got back, so yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. So as you grabbed, you're both intangible. Fletcher, do you go forth with your new companion who is now newly intangible and invisible?
I haven't rolled for intangible dimensional invisibility yet.
You should probably do that first.
It succeeds.
It does indeed. Roll a d4 for
Just
how
barely.
many minutes?
1d4. Fuck.
In 1 minute time, you will need to re-roll this again and get a 15. Otherwise, you will no longer become intangible. It is a weird sensation. You feel like you're falling, yet you do feel grabbed by your friend, Felix, by the leg as you zoom on forth. Do you go through the building, or how would you like to go through this?
I would say probably straight through the building.
Fair enough. You can
Try
go double your move speed in range.
Did Felix say where exactly the machine would be?
Felix doesn't know, but he knows that it's within this building.
Alright, well, we should be able to cover the building and find out where it is.
As you
No
zoom
one can
past,
see us.
both of you roll me perception. Or investigation, actually. Either one will still work.
It's the same modifier either way. So
Oh,
I mean, look, those spectacles work for a reason, right, eh? 13. You're about 66 meters in, and so far you can't really see anything. The best thing to perhaps say about this so far is you can see a lot of trucks. You have yet to get through any further. Roll me SP to attempt to keep this strenuous form going. 15 or above. That's all good.
20.
Roll me that D4.
fuck!
God.
Every time
It's
it's
just
going to be
the-
so tense.
It's just gonna be hours of this. I've had this before. I've had this before.
Continue investigation.
You have one more move. You have 1 more minute of movement, which means that you can either move 66 and an action, or you can move 99 meters.
Well, it's not here, so let's move to another part of the place to find if we can see it.
How much further do you want to move?
I'll go with the 30.
Okay, 33. Okay. Roll me a investigation, both of you, or perception, either one.
Again, same modifier for me either way.
I'm only saying it in case if you have a higher one for either. I'm only saying it for that reason. So far, nothing. You can see a lot of trucks. In fact, you can even hear a conversation. If you'd like to hear it, you can, but it would take up a 33 of your move speeds. Or you can roll investigation one more time. So you can either passively hear the conversation, or you can just roll investigation.
I think we'll see if these people have any juicy secrets.
Fair enough. As you're listening, you hear, "Sorry, boss. There's not much more that we can really say about this one. All locked up in the back." "You idiot. I need to make sure that they're definitely fine. Lock it with an extra deadbolt. And definitely keep the extra spare generator on. I don't want this thing leaving this case. If it does so, I'll have your ass. Right. We almost ready to go? Good. The other shipping containers are almost ready anyway. My job will be done here." So far, that's all you've heard. There's a pause. Yeah. Go on.
Can we distinguish where they mean in the back, depending on where we are located currently?
It's about 5 meters away from you, so it's a relative difference. A relative distance away from you. You can hear the voices about 6 meters, so they're not that far in front of whatever object it is that they're talking about.
Alright. Let's see if the form stays and we'll move in that direction.
Roll SP.
Okay.
Ooh, roll the D4.
It's getting too tense!
Look, if this was in physical dice, your D20s would be the good boys, and your D1s would be the D4s would be basically put in fucking dice prison at this point.
I threw them away, pull out a new pack. Another Come on, let's go.
Right. Okay, so it's good for another go.
Alright, so move the 5 meters to the location.
Okay. As you pop your head out, there are 3 people. 2 of them are side by side. They're generic uniformed guards. They look like as if they're uniformed for Generico. So you're kind of like, okay, fair enough. Generico, yeah, that's fair enough. They have automatic submachine guns, but they don't have really any armor, but they do have uniforms, as they're sort of like, they're standing in front of this freight truck. No marks on it. I mean none. Roll me a world knowledge, both of you. And I'm going to say both of you can roll advantage since you're from this city.
Okay.
I get a 10.
That's 14.
Okay. That's a little odd, Fletcher, that they don't have anything on it. But Felix, there's just something ain't right. Something is not correct with this situation. I'll tell you why. Because every person, almost every person, every single corner of this place is covered in Generico, Generico, Generico. These guys are the monopoly of society. Everything has Generico signed on it. There is Generico, there is Generic Cola, Generic Soda, Generic Sprite, Generic whatever you think of, Generico Game Console, Generico Vans. This entire truck void of any Generico insignia, trademark, TM, anything. It is perfectly blank. As a matter of fact, you didn't even get to see what the make of the truck was. This thing is perfectly untraceable.
I don't think we're the only one pulling a heist.
Since both of you got a relatively decent roll, I'll also give you this. The guys are in uniform, but the third one is not. They were in a black trench coat. The coattails are torn, like as if they've been shot through multiple times, got scorched and singed. And they are wearing a black mask with some kind of red eyes and a weird messy hair. The mask is only of cloth, but you hear perfect as day this. I said, if this is not done correctly, I'll have your heads. Do I make myself clear? One of the guards goes, Crystal, sir. Absolutely. I'll make sure that this is delivered to Garrison immediately. Good. Now, be on your way. As he walks off. What would the two of you like to do in this situation? You still have not found the teleporter.
It might be inside the truck.
The
Could
only
be.
thing.
Yeah, it could be worth just checking. If whatever's in the truck isn't the teleporter, I wouldn't bother.
It's not that far. We could probably just quickly poke our heads in.
Yeah, poke our
It
heads
really
and
is
see.
not that far. Yeah, you can. In fact, you can do it within the same movement block. So if you'd like, you can do so.
I'm more concerned about who was just speaking.
What would you like to do personally? I want to point out, thanks to your level 10 ability and level 9 ability, the two of you can still hear each other, despite the fact that no one can hear you two speak to each other. Because you occupy a different form of space.
Let's check out the truck just to make sure.
Okay.
What have we got to lose?
As you go to the truck, Fletcher, you pass through. Roll me SP.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I mean, it's still enough for intangibility.
I have to check my notes. I have to check my notes for this. I'm ready.
Two isn't an automatic fail.
So,
No, it's automatic.
how to put it this way? Odd or even?
Even.
Dude, no.
It's an even.
8 is, but 5 is not, I'm afraid. And since it's 85, that is an uneven number. D4, 1. Okay, that's fine. That's actually quite good. I can still deal with this.
What's up with D4s and rolling 1?
Oh, I know. Look, you know what? That was the second D4 that I rolled, and it broke the tradition, so I'm going with it.
Finally.
Fletcher, you take 3 points of damage as you are rebounded with a horrible feeling throughout your body, like as if you've just been tased. Fletcher, what is your maximum health?
81.
Okay. And your new vitality?
31.
31.
I did post it.
I just wanted to be absolutely sure. Gotcha. Okay.
I
Fletcher.
did post it when you asked for it. Yes.
No, that's fine. That's my bad. Do not worry. That is more my bad than yours. Fletcher, as you have taken 3 points of damage, this has also disrupted your intangibility invisibility. So because of this, you are now visible, but you're under the truck.
Good.
Your strenuous form has now ended. You will not be able to use it for 3 hours.
Oh.
Well, it's better than being dead.
You know what? Fair enough.
That is fair.
Did we even get a slight see inside?
Not
or...
even a chance. Not even a chance.
Alright. That didn't feel good. There's something really strong protecting this, and it even rebounds us. What do you think we should do, Felix?
Are we no longer invisible?
You're not
We're
invisible,
not invisible,
but they
still
can't
under
see
the
you.
line.
You're unhearable because of the special tangibility effect. But you're now visible. So if you leave the underside of the car, or at least the underside of the truck, you will be visible.
Part of me just wants to say, Felix, take the truck and let's go.
I could rip it open.
You could indeed rip it open.
We could tear a hole in the underside.
If we want to, if we really think it's in there, because
I don't think we can do right now, but you want to give it a shot?
might as well. 'Cause as soon as if we try to get out of the truck, go someplace else, so keep looking for it. We're gonna get spotted either way. So
I mean, I can still technically make both of us and the device intangible, so we could take it underground and go to the car. They would not know when it's gone until they open the truck.
okay. Well, if you want me to break it open.
As quietly as you can, please.
Before we do this, I'm going to have to ask Felix. You're going to need to roll intangibility interplay, my dude. Because you need to extend intangibility interplay to your friend.
Is that roll for Felix or Fletcher?
That's a
Felix.
Sorry, that's a Fletcher. It's a Fletcher roll. That was my bad. That's a Fletcher roll, and then Felix afterwards, if he succeeds, you can roll. What's the roll for that? Is that 10 or is that 15?
15. Perfect! Right on the dot.
Felix, you can now roll strength. And since you're max level and it's been 2 minutes, you're absolutely fine.
So it's a plus 15.
Absolutely. Labour, if you have it, but to be honest, I think you have. Oh, that was a capital D. So
Oh, you got a capital.
By the way, do you have anything in Labour?
In labor. No.
You don't have a minus or a plus in Labour, no?
Nope. It's neutral.
That's fine. Roll 15 then. D20 plus 15. What is it with you two and rolling 5? Yeah, I mean, like, look, dude, you have plus 10 super strength. There is no question that you're tearing apart this basic steel. As your fingers meld into it like butter, you tear open it like as if it's like a piece of paper. As you open this thing with a horrible noise, legs fall down and start hanging there. Pale as anything, they almost look relatively familiar to that of Rakia's. As
I think
As this happens, a noise comes from above. You can hear it. Sister! So you do not understand this language.
Well, is the machine in
was
there?
thing on.
It's the machine in it. Oh no! Oh no! We've opened up a new character.
We've opened up a can of worms.
This can of worms is only worth one worm, but this worm, I promise you, is worth more than a single worm. I don't know how that makes sense, but anyway, yes, it is not a teleporter.
Well, Fletcher pulls under.
There we go.
As you go down,
Closes the door.
as you go down, the words "Sistra, Sistra, Kunkutas Unkanimastara" as you go under.
Again, no idea what that means.
No, you don't know what any of that means, but as we then have it that you are now moving, you are now still passing through physical matter. Now, you can only technically see, Fletcher, when your eyes are above land level. However, you know that you're not invisible.
Well, I'm pretty sure those guards in front of the truck are now very busy.
Would you like
So,
Would you like to see through a medium of stealth?
Sure.
Roll stealth.
Try stealth. Does that succeed?
As you pop your head up, very gingerly, you're thinking, I'll only get my eyes up. Your entire top half of your head is up. As a matter of fact, you've actually put your whole head up. You are now a head. It looks like a disembodied head is just there. Just a disembodied head. You're not even bothering to give a crap. And you're just looking around, left and right, completely an animate head above floor level. You're like looking around, left to right, I can't see anything, as you then look over and you see the truck as an entire squadron, five of these guys in uniform. One of them, by the way, gets out of the front of the truck. Is now like, what the hell is happening? I have no idea. What is the floor in there? Open fire, guys! As it turns out, they're a bit too busy with the fact their prisoner has now just somehow secretly opened the bottom of the container. Despite, quote, not having any superpowers. Whilst this is going on, what would you like to both do?
Just walk away, guys. Just use
Roll
it as a
me,
distraction.
Fletcher. Roll me a perception, since you're the only one who has a head above ground level.
Oh my god, you guys.
As you're looking at them, looking back, and it's almost like an over the hedge sort of moment. As you're looking at them, looking back, and you go, "Oh man, this is some crazy shua." As your eyes open, your irises bulk out to the point of which that there is no colour in your eyes, but you see it. A giant claw-like object that could not be mistaken for anything other than a teleporter. It is leaning up against a set of crates. But it has a computer. It has a computer terminal attached to one of the claws. You know this to be one, as you've seen the computer-programmed portals before. They are massive, but this one is relatively smaller compared to the usual industrial-sized teleporters. What they do is they're kind of almost like robotic claws, and they open up, and then a portal is sent through within the sizes of the actual claw hands. The portal opens up a dimensional rift, and you can pass through it. This is a closed one, and is leaning up against a set of crates. You
Who
see
just
it.
leaves a teleporter there?
You know what? Roll a willpower.
Wait, me?
Yeah, that's you.
What's a 12? Or
12
what's
is...
that in the...
Wait, hang on a second. You have a 12?
Yes,
How have you got
I
a
got
12?
really- I got a... Wait.
Did you roll for your character?
Yes. This was back before the point buy system came in.
Did you put stuff into your level? Because I don't think you could have gotten 12 on willpower unless if you put some levels in that.
Why are you 12?
Because I know for a fact you haven't got gift. And I want to point this out. If you have gift, that is the highest roll you can possibly get if you got gift.
No, mine was the conduit.
Yeah. So I know you haven't got gift.
Why did
So-
I roll 12?
Where did you get to? Is that your vitality roll?
No, it was 11. I made sure to write that down. I don't know why this is 12.
I'll tell you what, roll 3, unless if... Oh, wait, did you put any... Hang on a second. Did you put any levels in willpower? For your character level?
No, just all in SP.
Roll me 2d12 or 2d4s right now.
2d4s.
You have a 5. Okay, awesome. Change your 12 to a 5. Roll them, and then after that, once you've done that, roll me a d20 d20 minus 1.
D20 minus 1.
Not sure where you got that.
Oh!
You don't even question why there is one, but you look at that and you go, without a doubt, that is definitely the teleporter. We definitely need it. Felix, whilst they're here, we need this right now. You pass over, like, as you're, head passing through matter, you eventually get it. You swing Felix up. Felix, you grab it. Roll me a dexterity with advantage. Finesse if you have it.
Finesse, I do have finesse.
Roll finesse with advantage, which is obviously plus super strength and strength.
Take it, take it, take it, take it!
So DD.
There's a natural 20 in there. As
he swings you up from underground, I want to point out, you can't see this Mama Jamma. You can feel him as he just, and you hear him as he goes, Felix, grab on! You're like, what? Grab onto what? As you suddenly launch out from the ground, grab onto this thing, and the second that you touch it, boom, he activates his intangibility into play. You're now holding it. As you get on, he now holds it. All two of you are now holding onto it. Both of you are holding onto it as you pull it under. No one notices. You get back to the car. Because again, there's no time limit on this crap. You get back to the car, put it back in, phase it. It perfectly lines up. Both of the seats are forced to crumble, so the seats are a little damaged, but you know what? Doesn't matter. As you get in the car and you drive off.
As we were driving,
very successful.
Felix will when they find time, they will text their
in-laws?
father-in-law?
Yeah.
Yeah, their in-laws. To meet them at the hospital.
Fair enough. Takes you about half an hour to drive off. You get to the hospital. Whilst this is going on, we come back to Adrian and Adriana. You both get you're both relatively quiet. Chatting a little bit, and she says, I've got my laptop, so if there's anything that you'd like me to look up, obviously let me know. I'm rather confused and quite concerned about you, to be honest, Adrian. I know you want to win this, but how are you going to do so? She looks at you. B?
Yeah, Sam, are you muted?
Oh, is Sam muted? Oh, okay.
Is Sam here?
Sam might be off. We'll come back to Sam as we come back to Fletcher. No, sorry, Rakia. Forget the Felix and Fletcher together.
Yeah.
Rakia and Cloak.
A combination of people.
Rakia and Cloak, the two of you currently are just outside of the hospital. As you're sort of walking there, one particular thing sort of crosses your mind, Rakia, which is like, you don't know anything about Cloak. As a matter of fact, you know him as a racer. Why did Adrian's sister get the fact that you... I want to point out, Cloak, when Adrian said, my name is Cloak, or you can call me Cloak, was the first time you've ever heard that name. Roll me a history check, and I'm going to give you an advantage because you're super intelligent.
Ooh,
Normally
well,
I wouldn't do this.
Much.
Normally I wouldn't do this for just a random DC, but I'm going to do this now.
Okay, so, history said 4, 5, 6, okay. Nope, I didn't want that.
So 2d20 plus 6? Yeah.
Well, 16.
16. Cloak or Eraser or Talos? He's gone under 3 names so far, and as a matter of fact, that's just strange. That everyone who you've ever met usually goes by one name, or maybe sometimes a nickname, but Cloak has 3, and potentially more because you sort of kind of remember Dias saying, "What's your real name?" and he whispered it to him. But you're like, you have 3 nicknames. Why did you tell Adriana or Adrian's sister that you were Cloak when we know you as a racer? Come to think of it, you never told us your real name. That's the big sort of elephant in the room when it comes to your conversation.
Yeah. I'm just gonna ask Cloak, about this, because it never really occurred to me. And, since, you made me feel good, we're friends now. So, Cloak? Do you want to be called that from now on?
Sure.
Is that your original name?
Does it matter?
Well, I don't know if it's if it's a sensitive subject, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just call me Cloak or whatever you want to call me for now.
Okay. Why did you call yourself Talos in the tournament?
Roll me word knowledge, Rakia, before you ask that question.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, yeah. That is an 8, baby. Yeah.
You ask him that question, but before you actually finish that question, you go, why did you name yourself Talos, or what do you call yourself? After that horrible villain from 20 years ago, you add that to your question.
Yeah.
It's pretty intimidating, right?
Roll me a willpower with disadvantage. Actually, wait, hang on a
Me?
sec. What's your vice cloak?
I believe it is vengeance.
Roll willpower with disadvantage, cloak.
Twelve.
That's good enough. You can answer however you'd like.
Well, we were in a tournament full of strong combatants, and I suppose that's a pretty intimidating name to lay claim to.
Oh, it certainly worked, although I don't think that you need that to be intimidating. You're pretty intimidating already, really strong.
Of
I
course.
I can sense it, that you've grown a lot stronger since we last saw each other.
Hmm.
And well, we're friends. So if you ever do want to go by, any other names like your original names or anything like that, then you can tell me.
Roll me.
Cloak or
No, sorry. Continue. Sorry.
cloak or race is just fine.
Okay.
Roll me there. Roll me perception, Rakia.
Okay. 8. Okay. Oh, 14. 14.
Could have sworn that you heard. And that's it.
Oh.
Heard it from the left. As you look over, nothing is there.
I just sort of look about, a bit. I just seemed a little bit like, can I roll a history?
Yes, absolutely. Roll me history. Yeah.
Okay, what's my history? It's a +6. History. Oh, yay. 17.
From your last encounter that you heard this, in your last dream that you had, which, funnily enough, was just after you got shot 5 times, no less, you heard the words Sestra. Sestra. You don't know what it means, but Sestra is something that you heard. But you could have sworn that in the waking world you heard Ses.
Yeah.
As
You
it
okay, Joe?
fades. No, as it fades. No.
Yeah, I just sort of say it aloud, sort of looking in the direction where I thought I heard it. Like, Sestra.
Roll me world knowledge with disadvantage. Yeah, cloak.
Yeah.
Or history with disadvantage by probably.
No.
No, I'll say world knowledge, actually.
No, 15.
Is that world knowledge?
Yep.
Well, technically that's 17 with your plus thing.
No,
Oh
because
no,
No,
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Disadvantage, yeah.
You know what she spoke is Hosconian, and you also know that for a fact that as you look at her, she is not looking at you. She's okay, that's very Sestra. She's looking off almost like in a trance and says a word in Hosconian, an ancient language that she supposedly doesn't not only know, but she claims no heritage towards. But yet she spoke in the ancient language of Hosconian. You don't know what that word means, but you know that she spoke it, and you know that it is Hosconian language. Sestra. 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 As you finally realise, looking up the hospital, you make your way towards it. Adrian and Adriana, you also make your way towards the hospital quietly. After the shared tears, you eventually get upstairs and you await your friend Felix and Fletcher. You eventually get there and you wait. Not long after, the door opens with a surprised look upon a 60 to 70-year-old man and the same aged woman has two kids, one at least 10 or 12 and the other around about 5 or 7. Rushes in and looks rather confused as they say, "Daddy! Where's Daddy?" 5 minutes later, after the awkward silences and an attempt at small talk, Felix and Fletcher make their way into the building and eventually make their way into the room with a large device as he is carrying it. Now, I want to point this out. Felix, by the time that you finally set this thing down, I want you to roll me a labour. And if you don't get a 15 or above, you have used up all 30 minutes of your points. If you succeed with a 15 or above, that's fine. Now, I want to point out, you're only allowed to use your basic strength. So, it's with a +5 and any labour if you have it.
Which I don't, so it's just a +5.
At this point, Adrian's probably sitting in the corner with the two children and the wee dolls, making them move, putting on some kind of show to amuse them.
Roll me charisma or your powers.
That was an in-game chat, my mistake.
So, that's adorable, and I'll get back to that.
Find that mildly interesting.
They find that mildly. Yeah, so
I
Felix.
have to reroll because I accidentally rolled an in-game chat.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh no.
God.
No!
So, you use up your entirety of your stockpile to get it up the stairs and bring it finally back there. So, you are personally strong enough to lift this up, but it does take all your might to lift this up and bring it to the room. You finally do so. You set it down in front of her room. You already have the text messages that already say everything that you need to know. Your in-laws speak to you as your father-in-law says, "Felix, is this what you want? Is it what we should do? I will trust you. You have done so much for us, so I will not question you any further, but I need to ask at least this. Do you think that it is safe?" As Bert asks this question. Your father-in-law.
Yeah. I think it's the safest option we have.
Roll me charisma with advantage.
Okay. 20. Yeah. Total of 16. It's a good thing that was advantage and not disadvantage.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at like, oh damn. He looks at you. Looks back at his daughter, who's lying there in the hospital. And he just goes, I will believe you, my daughter's betrothed. I believe you. My grandchildren's father, I believe in you. He then grabs you by your collar, and he looks at you in the eyes. Despite your size, he's still looking up to you. Your power is gone. Your stockpile is empty, and he's still looking at you, up at you, and he goes, "You." He's almost trying not to sob as he looks at you. You better bring my daughter back. And give those children a father. If you want to give those one, then so help me. The Great One will fucking know it. As he looks at you, and he swears, and I want you to know this, he has never sworn in the entire multiple decades of you being alive, but the multiple years, up to a decade of you knowing this man, he has never sworn until this time. Let alone said his faith within its blasphemous name. He has never stated in one sentence this stuff, and he says that to you as he claims his faith and blasphemes and even swears to you that if you don't do this. And he finally says, I renounce my name, my birthright, and I renounce you ever being granted, being oathed my daughter's right to marry you. I gave you my blessing, now do something with it. As he lets go of you, he says this. If you do this, I will know that the good ones are nothing compared to you, as you are chosen. My faith has brought me trivial matters, but if my daughter is brought back to her own children, and you, their father, are able to raise them, then I know that the Great One is out there and looking after us. So please don't let my daughter die, and do not let yourself die.
Felix will pull him into a tight hug. I will not fail you.
Roll me persuasion with advantage.
Persuasion, okay.
By the way, my boiler has just gone off. It is right next to me, so I apologise if you're hearing bangings.
No, we're not. We're just hearing feelings. I can't take any more feelings today. There's so many feelings.
Total of
17, yeah. Fatigue, you bastard. You fill me with hope. You make me feel like there is something to believe in. And good God, man. I believe in you. If you do this, I don't think there is any trial that you will ever face that will be worth more than this. I thank you. And he goes to his wife. And he weeps into her shoulder as she weeps. The children are too busy. Thanks to... By the way, well done to Adrian for attempting this. You will get as much XP as Felix does for this particular section. Thank you for Felix that he has been distracting both of the children at the age of 10 and 7. No, sorry. 7 and 5. That both of these children have been entertained by your interesting structure manipulation that you've been creating these odd puppets.
I've more or less been recreating fight scenes that we've done in the past with puppets.
But
I've changed Adriana Z. Crawford into a different person.
But thankfully they
for this instance.
But thankfully they don't know that, so because of that they've been very entertained. As it is time. You've been waiting for this moment. Felix, you know that it is time to input these numbers.
Yeah.
These numbers for these coordinates into this terminal pad for the teleporter.
God, that heist did really go very smoothly.
Oddly enough, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I've been dragging this out mostly with roleplay, but as a certain person who's possibly watching this now, they already know I really did genuinely believe that this would take longer, and I thought this was mostly going to be combat. But to be honest, I think that we needed mostly roleplay for this session.
I'm just
definitely.
reeling back from
No one dies.
how smoothly that went. Compared to all the fucking heists we had with the villain campaign.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah.
To be fair, Talos was in that gang, and that's kind of why.
I mean, to be fair, no fight has ever gone well since then, but, you know, we won't go into that. Anyways.
The secret
I'm not
ingredient
denying that.
I mean... Anyway, right, so as you input the coordinates, the device clamps itself into the floor, opens itself up like the claw, and then suddenly, like, a set of lightning bolts hit each other from either side as they connect to either side, as they warp in between each other, and suddenly you see like a little hole, then it dissipates, then a larger hole, then it dissipates, then finally, whoop, 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 as it then opens a gate. The gates outside are white, but the inside is grey. You have input the coordinates correctly. There is now a portal standing in front of your wife's bed. As the claw opens up, it is wider, and the portal's diameter is larger than both the bed, as it is now roughly 3 meters by 3 meters. What would you like to do?
Well, everyone who wants to, anyone who's not a contestant should probably go in.
Your father-in-law says, I will not go until my daughter goes, so I will not be going until Lily is safe. I will help you wheel her from this place in her bed to that location. You have my word.
Feels so nod.
the mother-in-law. Sandra looks at you. I will not do the same until my husband is ready. Joy and Mary, your daughters, are currently still interested in the puppetry, but then look over. Daddy, what's that?
It's a portal. Look, kids. Daddy's gonna have to go do some business. I need you to stay safe, stay strong. The world currently is a very dangerous place.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Natural 20.
You beautiful MF.
Is the big daddy.
They hug you and go, okay, Dad, as they then jump through the portal. The bed and the in-laws are the only thing that are left. As they take hold of the bed, they await you to help them push it in.
Felix will go help push it in.
As they do so, they grab either side. You grab one of the sides, and you push it until eventually you can get to the back of it. As you then start pushing from the back, they then pass through. As the last things that pass through are your fingers, as you then pull back. As you pass your fingers through, roll me an insight check.
Insight.
Wisdom.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I just... Fair enough.
Are you telling him that, or are you just saying wisdom?
Wisdom.
You thought that maybe if you were quick enough, you might be able to feel the rough temperature of the room. You do not. As you do so, the portal closes after your fingers leave the portal. You're now left there. As the portal closes, the claw of the portal controller closes. And that is it. As you are all left there within that room. I'm going to give you some minutes to have a think. I'm going to be back momentarily. I think that...
Get some water.
Yeah, just like, I think after quite a alongside this incredibly emotional, but just a series of emotional moments have happened in a short space of time, and loads of stuff has just gone on, and there's just left a silence in the room, punctuated only by Rakia clapping her hands together and go, right, strategies!
I just realised I should have asked, is Adriana still there? Or did she go through the
Oh yeah,
portal?
she's there. Oh yeah, well she didn't go through the portal, like she's with you.
Did
Oh, it
you
is.
actually think she would leave you?
Yeah, I don't think she wanted to
Yes.
leave you.
I just kicked her in the portal.
I'm sorry, sister. Push. What? We're meant to do this together?
Nah, she's...
So if you have to go where I cannot follow, throws in the portal.
After all that bloody stuff, yeah, that's such a
You must
douche
leave
move.
us
No,
now.
I'm sorry,
I
my
wouldn't.
queen, but this is my fight. I cannot allow you to be in trouble. Go stay.
NPC denied.
Denied!
No,
Sorry,
we
no.
don't do that, folks. We don't do that. We're all in the room, being nice.
My main question is the phoenix flower that I had put in the vase still in the hospital, or did it go with... Well,
I think that... Well, I don't think you took the vase with you. I think it's just the bed and stuff, so I think the phoenix flower is still there. Like,
yeah.
everything is still in the room.
Still the
So,
fake
you
flower?
take that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Felix had one and he left it in the vase.
Yeah, it's the same day.
Oh yeah, it's only been a day.
Not even. Maybe
Yeah, not
half a
even
day.
half a day.
Actually,
It's only
depending
been a
on
few
how
hours.
smoothly that was, it's probably not even been half a day.
Like a couple
I
hours.
can't believe like that went.
I mean, it's smoothly, but you did release possibly a serial killer, so...
Well, that's typical for us, you know. Last
bird in one
campaign,
hand.
I mean, you say that, but Racky is a serial killer, so.
I mean, no, legally, though. Legally, it was all within the rules.
Okay, I've just only now have I just come back, and I've started realizing that you guys are off topic. So anyway, right.
Apologies, Joe, but dear Lord, I didn't think my powers would hold up that well.
You know what? Well done. Okay, so we now come back to Felix. Felix, the teleporter has now closed on you, as you now get
Oh, yeah.
a. As you get a text message.
that ringtone.
Yeah, you need to check.
It's not fitting.
You need to change both of those ringtones because you've got one for your texts and one for your rings. You get a text message. Do you read it?
Yes, I do.
Well done, it says. I have now received your family. They will be well looked after. Tundra is currently within the county or country, not too sure, of Garrison. She's currently hunted down a couple of villains that are rather erroneous in their beliefs of that they are just in committing rather heinous murders for the sake of their god. That is the only thing that you are given.
God.
Say again, sorry?
I swear if it's the same god as the father-in-law.
You can roll a
That'd be up.
history. You can roll a history, I guess.
Well, did he text the specific god?
He just said, in the name of their god, so I guess roll a history with disadvantage.
Yeah. Cool, that's,
Pint in one hand and a bird in the other.
18.
Oh, blimey! Okay, so
those were some good rolls.
they're killing in the name of their god. Now, you know that often Tundra goes down for multiple different sort of grudge matches. Not many people are extremists for the name of the Great One. Based on what you remember from your world knowledge / history check, you remember that the Great One is more equal to that of peace, love, and healing, or even order. Whereas most gods that are based on chaos and murder, they are definitely not within the same chapters. In fact, the same books, let alone chapters, of the gods that your in-laws praise. So, miles and miles aplenty before you even get to the separation apart. So they are absolutely, definitively different.
Okay.
In other words, they're not the same god that your in-laws praise.
Yeah, I'm still just reeling back from getting pulled in.
As a lot of you are sort of chatting, talking, doing whatever you wish, the main thing that comes to mind is now what to do next. As you do so, does anyone have any chances or choices that they're thinking of right now?
Oh yeah, my Rakia has been waiting for this for most of the day. Because Rakia has been racking their racky brain, and like Rakia once again pulls out the scrapbook of dreams with the insane scrawl amidst pictures of from magazines and drawings and stuff of things that she thinks are very important. And like first thing that comes from it is Rakia was really, really disappointed that they didn't get to do the beast battles. So
and she planned out a whole schedule and everything. So she thinks that maybe going to a place with lots of big beasts, would be kind of cool, and we get to fight big beasts and stuff, and like maybe train up for even bigger foes. And then second is that Rakia thinks that they should like look at the Mercenaries Guild, not just to find bounties of people to chop down
But
for
because
points, but
they're
also
challenging Adrian.
yeah, exactly, 2 birds, 1 stone.
Fair enough. What about yourself, Felix? Because you sounded like you had an idea.
So the text, so that's kind of like the mission. Is that like the next mission?
It's just fair enough. It's just kind of like he's trying to increase small talk. Like, fair enough. Thank you very much. By the way, Tundra's off somewhere else, so I'm all alone. But she's there, you're there, and I'm here, sort of thing. It's not necessarily, by the way, go help her. It's just this is an update because we're trying to pretend to be friends, or even maybe that's his messed up way of becoming friends, that he makes you do stuff and then tells you stuff.
Yeah, it's just talking about your kids, how your kids doing,
I mean, look, he's got your kids, he's telling you about his, deal with it, sort of thing.
It's completely fair. Did the vase with the phoenix flower go in with them, or is that just sitting there on the counter?
The vase with the phoenix flower
Say yes.
is indeed sitting on the counter with you guys, purely because you didn't tell me that you put it there.
Well, it's 2 weeks ago, see?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that it's that it will still be there because it didn't go in with the bed.
I want to point out,
separate bit,
you
so-
say 2 weeks ago. Everyone else, it was 1 or 2 weeks, but for you, it was only a few hours ago.
Well, what I'm meaning is last session was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Memories and bad.
Yeah. So yeah, if that's still there, Felix will go ahead and take the phoenix flower out because it might as well be some use to us.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Liquid refresh.
So, you see, Rakia is also like,
Oh, also, since we're at Iris City, before we go off, we could explore the city and stuff, and buy things, and get more, and get sponsorship maybe with Adrian, for free stuff, and also have an ice cream maybe.
Adriana then procs up and just goes, actually, she's typing away on her laptop. It turns out that there's a lot more than we thought is going on. Certain locations in this city, Iris City, is being affected. Garrison, Huskonia, Eden, I think. I mean, Eden haven't posted much, although a couple of people have posted in Equacity, the sunken city. Hosconian has apparently gotten certain people, and there's nothing on the land of the sunken moon, although they don't often post about this kind of stuff. But so far that I can tell, there's a few different people here, so if no one else has any ideas, I might be able to have something. If no one else can think of anything, or even go towards anything, you can all roll a wild knowledge, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes.
I'm gonna do some.
Quick history.
Say again, sorry?
Can I quickly roll a history?
4.
Fletcher wants to be. He would be sitting there thinking, and he will be thinking about the things that just happened. And I wonder if he will focus on the voice he heard next to the truck.
Roll me a history. I'm kidding. Yeah, roll history.
No, never mind.
What about yourself?
I didn't want to have to go.
Never mind. What about yourself? I'm going to say Cloak. Is there anything that you particularly want, or are you going to wait until the world knowledge check? Or do you have a particular target that you might think that your character would know?
I don't really think Cloak's targeting anything or anyone right now, to be honest.
Do you have any strategies?
Go out into the lands which he is familiar with, basically.
So, Land of the Sunken Moon.
Yeah.
I have.
We'll come back to you in a
I have
second.
I have one thing before the knowledge roll. There is one thing that's been preying on Rakia's mind. So just can give a perhaps just ask this while Adriana is doing the searches online. Could you Google Sestra? Could you not Google, Boogle?
Moogle.
I can indeed Boogle
Yes.
a Sestra. Absolutely, I'll add it to another tab. How are you spelling that, or are you just basing it off a sound?
Yeah, it's just a sound. It's just Sestra.
Sestra. Okay.
Sestra.
Okay. Whilst that's going on, Fletcher, Felix, Adrian.
I ask. I got a response yet from my inquiry about the sponsorship deal.
Yes,
It's
what
still
was
just
the
unread.
particular wording of the deal, by the way?
Text.
Yeah, in the text, what was the particular wording?
I'm trying to think how Adrian would say this. It'd probably be very proper. It's like, due to the competition once again starting, would it be possible that I could reclaim the sponsorship of the whatever they're called?
For Iron
I forgot their
Forge?
name. Of the Iron Forge. Would it be possible
Just
to
because
reclaim them?
you forgot it, I'm not gonna be that much of a dick. Definitely write this down though. Iron Forge sponsorship, and I'm gonna just now tell you this. Absolutely, my darling. I will inform them immediately and ask the exact same question. And he didn't say anything further than that.
Okay.
So he's just sent you that as a text. Fletcher, what about yourself?
Well, since a lot of thing is happening with Felix and his family, and we happen to be back in Iris City, Fletcher will probably be feeling a little reminiscent and suggest we go to the remains of the superhero place, just so he may pay respect to what's left.
Yes, the superhero memorial. Okay. So that's your input. Superhero memorial. Fletcher, what about yourself?
I just said.
Sorry, Felix. What about yourself? I'm so sorry.
Again, if 10 doesn't have anything that they want Felix to be doing specifically at this moment, Felix will just go with the party.
Fair enough. So I'm gonna put you in there, that category, Felix. Whatever the party is normally going for. Gotcha. Okay.
Whatever the party's feeling.
Whatever the party's feeling. He's just vibing. He's just vibing.
He's just trying to stay calm. Relax, take a chill pill.
Actually, you know what? I was about to say I'm not going to get you to roll for that, but to be fair, your wife has just been fucking teleported to another land that you are, in all fairness, giving the benefit of the doubt to this guy, so roll me a nerve, and if you get 20 or above, I will give you an advantage roll or a double roll.
Okay. 15.
That's not an advantage, so you got another roll yet.
Okay.
Done. Yeah, just roll 10 or above. Cloak.
Yes.
What are you wanting to do?
Clark hasn't really thought about a plan, to be honest. It's more like, well, I was getting on just fine over at the land of the sunken moon in the wilderness and having a pretty alright time. So I don't mind going back there.
So, in other words, do you want to go back home with your newfound friends / team, or are you sort of okay with whatever they choose? Is my question.
I'm okay with what they're doing, but if they say something too outrageous, I will interrupt.
So you're more of a instead of I'll go with what the party goes with, you're sort of like, I'll wait until I see what the most sensible option is.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay.
Shall I roll world knowledge? I haven't actually done that. I just asked Adriana to Google. Shall I do that? Or
you
no?
said Google something. What did you say that you wanted to Google?
Yeah. Sestra.
That's fine. You don't have to, because that's something that you already got a history for, and I already gave you that, so that's absolutely fine. She's already rolled for that. That's absolutely fine. So you're rolling. You're getting research for Sestra. Adrian, what are you going for again?
Sorry, internet failed there. What happened?
So what's the particular thing that you wanted to do moving forward?
Well, first things first, I have to go get my lance from my small apartment building room.
That's fine, but right now, you say for instance, you go, okay, we'll go for the lance, and then we'll do what after you've gotten the lance?
To be honest, I don't think Adrian knows what to do.
Fair enough. You're waiting for orders. That's fine. And
Adrian's not so much the idea guy.
That's fine. Fletcher, what was the thing that you wanted to do?
He wanted to ask the guys if he could visit the memorial site for our cities.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. Adriana begins typing up the things that you have all spoke about. You said about the Mercenaries Guild thing, Rakia, and then you also said about the Sestra thing. In two separate tabs, she then double windows it, or the equivalent of double windowing it, split screening. She eventually gets...
She double doored it.
Sure. She double doored it. She double trapped it as I don't know, as
The alternate realities, man.
yeah, alternate realities, man. Yeah, instead of double door, it's double traps, like trap doors. As she goes through them. The memorial is not that far from where you currently are. It's about a kilometre at best. To be honest, it's about like 7,500. Sorry, no. It's 75... No. It's 750 kilometres away. Bloody hell, that was terrible. 750 kilometres away. It's not even a kilometre away. But at worst, it is a kilometre depending on the route that you go. Because certain routes can kind of mess you up a bit. as for the Sestra thing, she types it up and she goes, Rakia, where did you hear this word?
Rakia looks a little bit embarrassed, and then just finally answers, in my head?
She looks at you with the most confused and, I want to point this very clearly, accused and accusing stare. She looks at you like, what? But with also, bitch, are you sure? And then she goes,
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the word means the word means sister in ancient Garrison, also known as Hosconian speak.
But I don't.
Would Felix have... Because Felix heard the word.
Yeah.
Felix and Fletcher, roll me a history with advantage. You can also roll a wisdom with advantage, but I'm going to say history with advantage or wisdom advantage.
I will go with
Damn.
history. So... 18.
Damn!
Okay, what did you get?
18 and 17 for...
18 and 17. Felix, didn't we hear something say that today?
Yes, I do think we did hear that.
It was in that truck.
Thinks about the spindly legs they saw before their head got pulled under.
As a matter of fact, the one particular thing that Felix, because you got 1 point above, I'm going to say 1 point above Fletcher. That's you know what, honestly, I could not have perfectly if I was a scripter, I could not have scripted this better, that you say exactly those words, Felix. That you say, wasn't that the one who had the dangly, spindly legs? That is exactly it, because you were the only one who saw it, and on top of that, you're the one who says it, because at that exact point you then look at Rakia, think back, look at Rakia, think back, look at Rakia, think back, and you think, holy cow, that was the exact same skin tone and the exact same way that her ankles work in their spindly kind of way, her stretchy long legs. You then think they almost look like Rakia's legs.
Rakia, do you have a family?
Rakia, you've never heard of such word, except from only in the comics and the strips from magazines. You've never said nor heard that word before.
I don't know. There's the lady, my mum. But I don't think. What is that? What that is? A family?
Generally, the word sister relates to a family member.
Okay, let's try to calm down here, Adriana says. Your remembering something in a different language. You might just be hallucinating.
Yes,
So-
yes, I'm hallucinating. That's
Exactly.
it's like,
Exactly.
yeah, that's right. I mean, because I don't have a sister. I've never seen anyone like me before. I like there was sister, and what if it's not? What if it's not?
Rakia,
What if it's
Rakia.
not?
She puts her hand on yours. You are absolutely fine. The way that you are. You don't need to worry. We are here. All of us are here. She looks at you,
But
and she's cueing you to look at everyone else.
yeah, I do.
You
This is a found family.
You don't need to worry about anyone else. Right now, you need to think about what is there further. You said about there was a plan for us to do something else. Was it to do with someone else?
Oh, you mean the scrapbook? You know, like
Yes.
for the tournament?
Yes,
Yes. Yeah. Well, we could go on the beast battles, in a place with a lot of big beasts, and take out, the mercenaries that are after you, and also get the bounties from the mercenaries guild. 2 birds with 1 stone. What if my sister? If I have a sister, then that
Roll
means that.
me, everyone except for Rakia, roll me world knowledge, but you have to potentially tell me monster or mercenary.
Mercenary, baby.
Monster or mercenary. Monster or
As you can-
mercenary. World knowledge with monster or mercenary. And I'll wait until everyone's rolled it before I state.
It's
My
everybody,
God.
as everyone can tell, Rakia, not okay right now.
No, absolutely. You're flustered, Rakia, obviously, as you've already stated. Flustered at the moment. Okay, once the final roll has been rolled, I'll then ask for what.
Fletcher, you rolled in.
Yeah, I did it again.
Oops, I did
No.
it again.
I rolled the wrong chat.
And now I'm embarrassed. Oh, I never did. Okay, right.
Oh, don't worry.
I
also
got a
rolled in
worse
there.
roll. As it always happens.
Okay, right. So we're going upwards.
Did anyone roll for mercenary?
Did anyone? Okay, who rolled for mercenary? The silence says it bloody all. Right. Okay, all of you rolled for world knowledge correctly, and based on just pure monster, nothing to do with mercenary. Right. Gotcha. Okay. Who got
Monster.
Who got 10 or above?
I did.
Who got less than 10?
No.
I did.
Whoever got less than 10, you think, fire stags are pretty damn dangerous. They are pyrokinetic deers, basically. Who got above 10?
I did.
What did you get above 10? Minimum.
A modified 20.
Okay,
Got
who
a
got
14?
Okay, you got 14. Right, gotcha. Okay. Right, we'll go with this. Okay, so you got a 10 or above, right?
Yes.
Do you know that some of the dangerous monsters are fire stags and shifters, the creatures that can shapeshift into weird monsters. Who got 15 to 20?
Yeah.
Felix, what did you get?
Like a 5, I think.
Oh no. Okay. Is it only... Cloak, are you the only one who got above freaking 8?
Let's go.
I got above, but I rolled it in the wrong chat.
You got some experience in the woods, you know. You saw all those cryptids.
Oh god, okay, I have to figure this out.
There's still Sam. You got like
Got a
14, so
That's not good enough. He needed to get a 15 minimum. Right.
Well, you know what? It wasn't for my -3 world knowledge. I might have got it.
Yeah, but your world knowledge
This
is
is for
bad,
Adrian
bro.
knowing Jack and crap about the
You know
world.
what? Someone come up with a short term for bruh. Because we have bruhs, but we don't have female bruhs.
Bruh.
For us.
So,
Bruh and bruh.
okay. Guh.
Yeah.
Girl. Moving on swiftly. Bill, you're the only one who knows this. On Monsters Not Mercenaries, I can't believe I'm saying this. Oh my gosh. You know that some of the strongest monsters, you've heard of 3 particular. Actually, I'll tell you what, roll a d4 plus 3.
Hold on.
Because there are more than that in the terms of urban myths of monsters within the world.
It's gonna be still. It's gonna
You
be
could get that on. Okay. First one.
Shira.
Nully claws. Giant kangaroo-like creatures with massive claws that nullify powers. Second one, bloat leeches. They have the ability to, upon sucking your own life force, get bigger and stronger and get more health. The more health they absorb, the bigger they become and the larger they get. Second one, bandworms. The larger of a colony they have, the bigger and larger they become until they become a giant ball of almost rubber band-like creatures. They roll over the most dangerous predators with a blunt force trauma and gravity-based damage. Number 4, you have... I have to look at this. I genuinely have to look at this. There's 2
Be
more.
Godzilla. Please be Godzilla.
Number
I don't think you're ready.
Yes,
Be the
we are.
Tarask, the world ender.
Number 4. This.
You can take on Batman.
Oh God. Number 4.
Godzilla.
oh no, he's read it. What is it? Tell us, you swine!
Two berries.
Bill.
It's what I think it is, isn't it?
Oh, come on, it's King Ghidorah.
I can't do this creature justice without you saying what it is, Bill. It is from Glandrine, and it is a Buzzy Bee.
Oh yes, let's go.
What is it called?
The Rumblebee.
There he is. The Rumblebees.
Rumblebee!
In swarms, no less. If they are in swarms, they are a great deal of challenge. And the 5th and final creature is the Tundra Lands Huskonian Yeti. The only thing
Yeti!
greater than these is your own homeland's mythological creature known as the devious demon known as Yurikiri. There are only 6 creatures that you know are of this difficulty so far in the world. Yurikiri, and the 5 that I've just told you. The Rumblebees, the Huskonian Yeti, the Bloat Leeches, Nully Claws, and the Fire Stags. Please, all of you, Wait, hang on a sec. Cloak, are you going to repeat this out to the rest of them?
Not all of them. Let's
How
say
many?
we're either going to... Well, if you want to fight fearsome monsters, then it'll either be my homeland, Glandrine, or Hosconian.
So what ones do you say? Or do you just tell them the locations? Do you tell them the locations? Okay, so you're waiting for them to ask about the creatures specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, if you're that curious, roll me a charisma check. Bill, I want you to roll me a nerve check. If they don't beat that nerve check, they can't ask you that question.
My nerve is so mid.
Oh, wow.
Charisma?
I actually got a half decent charisma roll.
13, 14, 17. So unless if you beat us... Oh! Felix, don't give no shit! And then we're waiting on Fletcher, who might very well get... Oh.
8
Pwned.
berries.
Out of all of them, which one are you most curious on? The one from Glandrines, the one from... Sorry, the ones from Glandrine, the ones from... Hosconia, or the ones from his homeland. And you get to choose 2. Hosconia, Land of the Sunken Moon, or Glandrine.
Andrain.
I'll go Huskonia and his homeland.
Hosconia and Homeland. Right, Hosconia and Homeland. You tell him about Hosconia and Homeland. Hosconia and Homeland is Yeti and the Demon. The only other one that mixes with this is the Bloat Leech, because in some...
Yeah, it can be found in multiple places, so...
Yeah, it can be found practically anywhere. So the Bloat Leech, the... Oh, what was it? The Bloat Leech, the Yeti, because you said Hosconia, and the Yurikiri, right?
Yes.
The Yurikiri... Oh my gosh, I have to get this. I have to get this right. I've got it up in my notes right now. Right, so the Yurikiri... Juice, I hope you're remembering the...
Yurikiri.
Yurikiri.
Right, we've said its name like 10 times now.
Yuri. Kiri.
The Yurikiri is a creature that has knife fingers and a regenerative power. It is mostly known for the fact that it is considered a ghostly monster, equivalent to that of a demon. It has got knives for fingers, and often it is known for killing those of whose serial killers wish to murder, or at least those of who wish to murder with knives. It is basically the equivalent of a ghost or a demon in the Land of the Sunken Moon.
Wait, does it kill innocent people or serial killers?
it kills regardless. So if a serial killer really wishes to kill, it will kill. If a person wishes to kill, it will kill. If a person wishes to kill a serial killer, it will kill. It's basically determined based on willpower towards the evil of slashers.
So, okay. So it kills kind of indiscriminately,
It is an
depending on who really wants someone dead by
yeah,
knives.
yeah. You get it. You
Okay.
get it.
Just wanted to clarify that, just so we know it's like
absolutely. It is
the way we.
to basically, if you want my complete answer, it is an asshole wasp to those who have wasp phobias. It's like
kind of fighter.
It just stings everyone. It just attacks. Anyway,
No, they don't. How dare you? That's
they,
racist, Joe.
they definitely
I want to be
do.
real, I want to be real nice.
As a victim,
You know what?
I say
I'm
yes.
interested in that. I must say, I do quite like that. Iri Kiri.
Yuri Kiri.
Yuri Kiri.
Is there anything else that
I'm
you need to
intrigued.
write on, or are you good?
So we got the Yurikiri and the Wasp.
Sorry, so Yurikiri and Huskonian Yeti.
That's it.
Yeti.
The Hosconian Yeti is believed to be a large, furry creature immune, or at least very resistant to the cold.
Okay.
I tell you what though, I'm not very resistant to the cold.
Well,
Not very
I
resistant
guess.
to anything.
That's true.
But you know what? If we fought the fire elk, the fire deer, guess who's resistant to that?
Anyway. So, as you guys are talking about different potential creatures to fight and so on and so forth, you still have only traded information. No one has actually stated where they would like to go. Because of this,
Own island.
and because that no one has actually stated this, I am now going to go through the research that Adriana has come up with. You can choose if there's anything there or if there isn't anything there, and then I want you to roll charisma.
I mean, to be honest, I actually just realized we could do the things we were talking about very briefly going into the city. Could go to Fletcher's Memorial, get my lance, do a brief bit of shopping, and just have be just guiding Adriana about with her on her laptop. Instead of remaining in this.
You know
Instead of
what?
remaining for the next 30 minutes in this room.
You know what? I'm not even going to ask for a charisma roll because that's meta.
I'm just
Fair
saying.
enough. As you move on, because to be honest, it's rather creepy staying in an empty location that no one else knows, but I want to point out 7 of you, if not more of you, because I didn't actually see anyone check out, multiple of you, if not 9 or more, are currently stationed within a comatose wife's location. All of you leave and go to a location of which of your choosing. First of which is the memorial. You pay your respects, Fletcher. Second of which is then the home of Adrian Bright, as she gets...
Not Adrian Bright.
Oh, sugar. As Adrian
Adrian
B.
B. Good.
Crawford gets the new repainted... That's right, I actually thought this one through. The repainted lance, as it is repainted in the colours of her current transformation, yellow and black.
Assuming I go into this alone because the apartment is very small. Very small. I don't think it accommodates 7 people.
Everyone at the time is outside whilst that is happening, but as you move on, you go in on your own. You go, just wait for me, please. This is too short space. Go in, get out the lance. It takes a while because you have to move it out of the door frame because it is a little long. As you continue moving on forward, your strength is plenty enough without any super strength rolls anyway, or without any super strength, regardless. As you move on, you go through, and you're talking about this and that as you then finally come to your decision. What or where would you like to go? Would you like to stay here? Would you like to go to the land of the sunken moon? Janalinia? Would you like to go to Hosconia?
You know what? I think that, it would be interesting to go to the land of the sunken moon with this knife thing. Plus, Rakia's never been to the land of the sunken moon before.
Fair enough. Knife of the sunken demon. I mean, land of the sunken moon with a dangerous demon.
Knife of the demon.
What about Cloak, considering this is their homeland?
I mean, yeah, Cloak's pretty much leaning towards that anyway.
Fair enough. What about the rest of you? There are still 3, if not 4.
Knife hands!
Knife hand paper.
Fletcher
Adriana
has...
looked like she
Fletcher-
wants.
So Adriana says, personally, I wouldn't like to go anywhere too cold. The land of the sunken moon is rather interesting, although I have heard quite interesting things about... She stops for a second. Then again, if everyone else is going for it, I guess there's no other choice. I will go for the land of the sunken moon. She does not state at any point the creature's name.
Is it cold in the land of the sunken moon?
Oh no, it's warm and balmy.
I want to point out that is not for you to say.
Enough for me to say. Sorry, I didn't say that. Rakia's never been there.
Can I roll?
It's called Sam.
It would be wild knowledge with a disadvantage.
Oh, great. My -3.
Yeah, no
Actually,
idea.
Oh, that's a 3.
That's a -3, so disadvantage, that is a 3.
3.
3.
You don't know anything
Magic
about...
number.
Isn't it?
Can I attempt to world knowledge for the
No.
climate?
I'm going to say Bill, or at least
Yeah.
specifically
Yeah.
Cloak. You know that currently it is mild this season. Currently.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Cloak knows. He was just there.
I mean, you were literally there less than a fucking week ago.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for those who don't want to hear me swearing, but yeah, you were less than a week ago in that location.
Oh
so.
shit.
You guys should know what it's like over there, right? It's pretty moderate, pretty mild weather at the minute.
Should not be that cold then.
Sounds lovely.
To be honest, I've always wanted to visit there. I've never got around to.
Well, we probably shouldn't take you strange-looking ones around public too much.
What? I don't look strange. We don't look strange. What? Why not?
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay.
We're going to the woods anyway.
All right. Cool.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Cloak.
Cloak is my friend. I don't question this.
No one questions Cloak.
Yes.
He knows things.
I guess the land of the sunken moon.
Yeah.
I guess.
Hell yeah.
Aid.
Are we taking the car?
To put
I
it this
mean-
way,
Can
it is an entire ocean away, unless if someone can fly the entire car towards there. No.
I ask,
Yeah.
could I, could I,
You
With-
turn into a plane.
No. Could I, with structure and the what do you call it? The like, was it connectivity? And I attempt to deconstruct it into deconstruct the entire car so that I can make it later.
It'll
Zing.
still be the same amount of components, though.
Yeah, but I can make it into just a suit of armor or something.
So that's
Yeah, but you have to
Roll
carry a whole car with you.
me
Yeah,
power. Roll me power knowledge.
Yeah,
Do
roll
they-
power knowledge, baby.
They sell gas in the land of the sunken moon.
This is a big car.
Okay, what is?
God,
what is my
Adrian.
intelligence? Is my intelligence power knowledge? Well, that's a +1. You know what? Worth a punt.
No,
It'll
not
work.
worth a punt.
It'll work.
You know,
My God, it'll work.
You know what? You're not sure it would work, but since you at least got a 5, I'll give you this. You're not sure it will work, but it's at least worth a try. There's no point in not trying. You're not sure. You like think this could be it. I mean, come on now. You're thinking perhaps, maybe.
I like to think that you don't even ask Felix, that you just do it.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Worst case scenario is that I just remake the car, right, and it fails.
Roll power.
First thing first, I'm going to go into hybrid mode.
What do
so I
you
have super strength.
deconstruct it into?
I deconstruct it into just like a big, like just more or less just like a full big armor set around Adrian. So I can still walk in it.
Due to its size, you are going to be incredibly slow because you are yet to be in your hybrid mode.
I did. I went into hybrid mode first.
Have you rolled for it?
I rolled a 25.
When?
Like,
What
Just
just
so
now? I
I
saw him
haven't
do
rolled
it.
the deconstruct it yet.
Yeah, he
rolled the
did that.
deconstruct.
Yeah, he did that before he said all of that
so
stuff. He says,
20
"I'm going to go into
The
hybrid mode."
25 roll is your transformation roll, right?
Yes, this
Okay.
is for the deconstructing it.
Gotcha. Sorry. Go
On.
for it.
Come on. 27.
Yep. No, that's absolutely
I've
fine.
become a transformer.
It covers your entire body in armor and tanks and all sorts of weird components as it now cloaks your entire form in metallic, plastic, rubberistic components. As you are now ready to continue.
Full of metal.
Slightly heavy, but thanks to your super strength, nothing. As you continue on with the rest of your day. Whilst this is going
Perfectly
on,
normal.
the lot of you continue as normal occurrences are happening, and you eventually get to the docks, which enable you to go towards the land of the sunken moon. As you do so, you realise that you will need a vessel that will take you there.
We're using this teleportation device.
Sorry, the what?
Teleportation device?
There is no
At the hospital?
teleportation device. There is only one at the hospital. Well, the large,
Also-
chunky teleportation device that Felix came up with, yes. But it will need to be programmed with the exact coordinates in which it can do so to take you.
Ah.
Oh. Look at the map and figure it out.
Not easily.
Okay.
it looks up on Google.
Yeah, you'd have to use Google.
What are the exact coordinates for this location right here? Use the, what 3 words app?
Roll tech knowledge with disadvantage, except from... I'm going to say Felix can roll normally. Everyone else roll disadvantage on tech knowledge.
This is
Adriana do it as well, because they have
I will,
somewhat good with
I
tech.
will
Tech
choose
knowledge.
when Adrian
Tech
does it.
knowledge. Tech
Oh, yeah.
knowledge.
She said just
Oh.
normal roll or advantage?
Disadvantage, except from with you, Juice, you get to roll normally.
Yay.
Oh, so I have to roll
Let's go.
disadvantage too, yeah? Or am I does my super intelligence get me?
I'll say that your super intelligence nullifies the disadvantage.
Cool.
Yes, thank
Man.
you.
Rakia knows the way.
Right. Everyone rolled?
Yeah,
Yep.
24.
What?
Got it.
I know.
Okay.
They may have got the special treatment, but it did not treat me well.
I love that. Right.
Got a 4.
Poor Bill.
I don't know where I am. I can't remember my address.
No, it's only technology.
As I
Oh
tell
my
you,
God.
as it,
It scares me.
What is this thing in my hand? Doesn't understand what a sword is now. Doesn't understand anything.
Okay, so technology. You know roughly where to go, and you also know roughly what you'll need. The device of which the Adrian can reconstruct is not enough for you guys to travel across the sea. You will need a vessel. The vessel of which that you can grasp will be ours.
Wait, can we pay for a ferry?
I'm going to say roll.
Because I assume I either got here by plane or ferry.
You got here by ferry, but roll history.
$11.
The next ferry isn't until another day, I'm afraid.
It's not really that long.
No.
It's less time than it would take us to get there by other means.
So who would like to wait 24 hours for a ferry to eventually appear there for them to pick them up, or attempt to find some other vessel to get them there before then?
well, I did get a 24 on tech knowledge, by the way.
Yeah.
So
So doesn't Rakia know how to use the teleportation device to get us to this exact location?
Is that why you use the teleportation? Is that why you use technology?
Ah, he told us
Technology.
to.
I thought that's what it. Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. That was the idea. We were going to try to figure out how to get to this exact location using technology, like a map or 3 words or any kind of... There was, map-based system on technology. We could use the teleportation device.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, thankfully if only Rakia got it, the rest of us failed. The rest of us don't know how to use tech.
Somewhere back in her mind, she remembers, oh wait, this one magazine had the location of a place in the sunken moon. It also had coordinates. I can do this.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
goodness I got that subscription.
So, as you go towards it, before everyone else leaves, you look at it. Focus incredibly hard. And you think, I need to be in the last place that Mr. Felix Fatigue was. And you do so. You see a specific spot next to a dock. And as you do so,
Ah.
this is where we come to the end of the session.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well.
And that is
I heard
where
the
we
Metroid
end
fusion checking it.
this session. Thank you very much for listening. And of course, if you have enjoyed this episode, please have a look at Enemite Tales to see if there's anything else that you would like to listen to. And if anyone else would like to shout out anything, this is the time.
There.
Trans rights. I don't know. I didn't know what to yell. I don't know what to yell out. I panicked.
At the disco?
Yes, I did. I panicked right at the disco.
Fair enough. Anything else?
I love you.
Fantastic Four novelization
Hey,
is
people.
okay.
Good. There's just just yay! And I enjoy Fantastic Four.
Novelization.
Yeah, not the
Politics.
movie, the novelization.
I mean, I like the book and the movie.
But you know what? I think we're done. We are very, very silly at the moment.
Yes, it's a bit
Fair enough. And in that case, everyone, have a good night.
Animal rights.
And take care. Ciao, ciao.
Yes.
For now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.